Students, welcome to SJECE classes. How are you? Fine. Okay, thank you. Before starting the next topics, I would like to recall you about the last video that was related to plant tissue and the different types of plant tissues, that is meristematic tissue and permanent tissue. In meristematic tissue, apical meristematic, lateral meristematic, and intercalary meristematic was there. In permanent tissue, simple permanent and complex permanent tissue was there, and so on. Now, today I am going to start the next topic of the same chapter, that is animal tissue. Before starting, I have told you about the plant tissue. That means the plant tissue, mainly they are classified into two types, that is meristematic tissue and permanent tissue. But in the case of animal tissue, it is just classified on the four types mainly, and that is epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue, and nervous tissue. In epithelial tissue, it is again categorized, or you can say that the classified of three tissues, that is squamous epithelium, cuboidal epithelium, and columnar epithelium. And in the second connective tissue, it is again categorized by three tissues are there, that is connective tissue proper, skeletal tissue, and fluid tissue. And in connective tissue proper, it is of three types, that is areolar connective tissue, adipose connective tissue, and fibrous connective tissues. And the second, that is skeletal tissue, it contains bones and cartilage. And the third, that is known as fluid connective tissue, it includes our blood and lymph. Now, the third animal tissue that is categorized mainly, it is muscular tissue, and the muscular tissue again it is classified into three muscles, or the muscular tissue, that is striated muscles, unstriated or non-striated, both are equal. You can say any one, striated muscles, unstriated or non-striated muscles, and the third is cardiac muscles. And the fourth animal tissue that is mainly major classified, that is nervous tissue. In nervous tissue, we will study about the neurons or the nerve cells, whatever you know about something about that. Now we come to the types of epithelial tissues. That is, yes, the type of epithelial tissue, that whatever I have told you, that is squamous epithelium, cuboidal epithelium, and columnar epithelium, glandular epithelium, ciliated epithelium, and sensory epithelium. These six tissues are that which invades in the epithelial tissues. On the basis of their depending of the cell shape and their functions, the epithelial tissues are mainly classified into six. As I have told you, the first is squamous, cuboidal, columnar, ciliated, glandular, and sensory. Okay, you can see here the both figure, just all the figures are here. Squamous, what the look likes. One thing, just I want to tell you about the squamous epithelium, or the epithelial tissues are about epithelial tissue. The main points of the epithelial tissue you will have to learn, that is where it is found and what is the function. These two terms you will have to learn. What? Location and function. So keep it in mind, whatever I will tell you. So about the squamous epithelium, cuboidal, and the columnar. These three are main. Okay. And apart from that, these are the ciliated, glandular and sensory you will learn in the higher classes, but I will tell you in this also. But explained, or you can say that the details you will learn in the next classes. Squamous epithelium. Squamous, that means it looks like a flattened polygonal cells which have closely fitted together like a tiles or the mosaic floor. You can see here also. Yes, what the tiles are just fitted in the floor, it is looks like that types. Okay. Now the second is cuboidal. It is also looks like a squamous epithelium, but somewhat differences is that it is cuboidal in shape. Cuboidal, and it has some length. It has some width, and it has some height also. And there is a single layer beneath this thing. So cuboidal epithelium, and once the columnar epithelium, it is looks like a column or the pillar like structures are there. This is about the structures of three, whatever written in this: squamous, cuboidal and columnar. Now the one thing is there, squamous epithelium. What is you come to know the locations. The squamous epithelium lines the blood vessels, lymph in woman's capsule, lining of mouth and nasal cavities. It is the main location where the squamous epithelium are found, or you can say that the outer layer of skin, lining of alveoli, blood vessels, and the cavity and buccal cavity. Locations, I have told you about the squamous epithelium. It is very important to learn, and the function is that the protection of underlying tissue. That whatever I have told you, it is found outer and inner layer of the organ. So it is its work is to protect by some external factors. Now we come to the cuboidal. Its location, lining of kidney tubules, thyroid gland. You know, lining of kidney tubules means it is found in the kidney. Okay, thyroid glands, it is found in your neck region. That means the manufacturing of the thyroid gland is made up of cuboidal cells or the cuboidal epithelium. Germinal epithelium in the testes and ovaries are there. That means I am telling you the location of the cuboidal epithelium. I have told you the structure about it is cube-like structures are found, pillar-like structures are there. Now the main function of the cuboidal epithelium is that absorption and secretion. It is the main function of cuboidal epithelium. And also the second and the main functions is formation of gametes in the ovaries and testes. Got it? And the third and the important is that the columnar epithelium, that is, it is the lining of pharynx or stomach, intestine, and sweat and sebaceous gland. Sweat gland, it secretes or is secretion of the sweat. Sebaceous gland, it is a modified gland of mammary gland. Okay, intestine, and the main function of the columnar epithelium is absorption and secretion also, whatever found in the sense of cuboidal epithelium. So this is about the functions, or you can say overall, if you want to know the functions of epithelial tissues, you can see here epithelial tissue protect the body organs. It is invaded, or it is just perform the functions of squamous, prevent the entry of the germs in the body. Now helps in absorption and secretion. It is just telling about the cuboidal epithelium or the columnar epithelium, secretion, perception and gamete formation, whatever in the cuboidal epithelium. That means all the epithelium, whatever I have told you, that is embedded in the epithelial tissue, it just include or summarize the functions of all epithelial tissues. Okay. Now we come to know that the connective tissue. It is very important also. Connective, it names itself. That means it connects the both organs of the bodies are there. Many organs, it connects the many organ to each other. So it is called the connective tissue. Okay. Connective tissue, it is also called the binding tissue, or you can say that. Connective tissue are present almost everywhere in the body. Cells of connective tissue are suspended in the matrix or the ground substances or matrix in the intercellular substances. It has also many types. That is, first, you can say that the connective or the binding tissue, or you can also say that the areolar tissue. Second, the skeletal tissue or the tissue supporting tissue, and the third is known as the support fluid connective tissue or the transporting tissue. Okay. First, the areolar tissue. Areolar tissue, it is very most important tissue because it is the most abundant tissue in the body. It forms thin sheet, binds the skins and the underlying tissue and act as a packing material. That means if I am telling you that some things are there on which the other things are wrapping over it. Okay. If I am hurting that things, that means I will just escape that things whatever the wrapping on that. Okay. So it protects the organs embedded or the wrapping beneath this or beneath this areolar tissue. Now the second tissue, that is known as adipose tissue. It stores the fats. Fat is also very important things for our body. In which aspect I want to say something about importance of fats, because when we are talking about in the sense of vitamins, it is of two types, water soluble and fat soluble. Some vitamins are there which is only dissolved in the fats. So in our body fat is important, and in the adipose tissue the fat are stored. So it is very important in the case of our body, and it is filled with the oil globules. Now the third is fibrous connective tissue. Fibrous connective tissue, that means you can say that in these tissues there are two types of tissues are there. It is very important, tendon and ligament. These are, the tendons are strong, very strong, cord like elastic structures. They are present at the ends of the muscles, binds, bundles, and are formed white non elastic fibrous tissue and the joints with the another bones. Or you can say that what does the tendons actually do? It connects muscles with bone. At end, you can say that. What is the function of tendons in the fibrous connective tissue, and it is composed in the connective tissue? What does it do? It connects the muscles with bone. And another type of tissue which is very important, it is often asked what is the importance of ligament and the tendons are there. And the ligaments, what does the ligament do? It is yellow elastic fibrous tissues. That means whatever I have told you in the case of tendons, it is white fibrous. That means in the case of ligament, it is yellow elastic fibrous tissues, and it connects two bones together at the joints. That means you can say that in the shoulder joint or in the knee joint, both will be there. As we are talking about the tendons, as we are talking about the ligament. That means both will be there in the case of knee joint or the shoulder joint. There the knee, the hinge joint are there, and in the shoulder, the ball and socket joints are there. Okay. Now the very important aspect is there. You can see here the adipose tissues and the areolar tissue, what looks like in the figure actually. Now we come to the next, and that is very important. It is differences between tendons and ligament. Very important. Tendons and ligament. Just look here. If we are talking about the tendons, strong and non-elastic. Okay. If it is four differences are there: strong and non-elastic. And in the sense of, or in the points ligament, it is strong but elastic. Formed of white non-elastic fibrous tissue, formed yellow elastic fibrous tissue. Present at the end of the muscles bundles, present between the two bones. Yes, I have told you, it is found in the between two bones ligament, and it is in the case of tendons, it is found with the muscles with the bones. Okay. And when we are talking about the tendons, the next point is there: joints skeletal muscles to the end of the bone. Here in the ligament, joins end of two bones. So it is about the differences between ligament and tendon. Very important. Now, thanks for watching video. Have a nice day and subscribe the channel if you like it. We will talk later on in the sense of skeletal tissue and the fluid connective tissue and nervous tissue in the next video. Thank you.